Hi YouTube. It is Steam Next Fest Feb 2026 edition, and it is day 4 where I have saved all the story-rich and puzzle games. So we are going to check out Esoteric Ebb. It is a single-player CRPG inspired by the freedom of tabletop adventure. Unravel a political conspiracy with your goblin sidekick, roll dice in tense encounters, become a cleric of legends, or completely ruin the campaign. This game looks really cool. Like, it looks extremely polished. I've been wanting to check it out for a while, so I'm very excited to take a look at it. So let's get into it. Okay, we have oh my god, we have decisions already. Lore uses and roll. Ah, okay, that's how I swap between them, because I'm like, I don't understand how I'm... Okay. We might just randomize for this, because it's just the demo. I don't want to... Let's just randomize, because we could spend forever on this. You lost your 8-stream streak? Oh, I'm sorry. You'll rebuild it. Okay, we apparently are a charismatic, smart glass cannon. I'm okay with this. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably you end up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up on the slang and radical terminology, doing anything real friends. Okay. We'll do it. 5 days until the first ever election. Okay, okay. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city and no one wants to deal with it, so they send you. Thanks. A slow cleric lost in the hustle, albeit with one with incredible conversational skills. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. That's never been a problem for me. And remember to always play the winning side. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's a journey. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. And only 8 decks? Don't try to steal anything, okay? Ooh, Speak with the Dead, 3rd level necromancy. Oh, I think this is just telling me about a spell. I think this is just a loading screen. Yeah, it's not anything that I actually necessarily have. Oh, okay. I'm like, am I supposed to do a thing? Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? What is your name? What is your favorite color? Ragan is my name? That doesn't sound right. No, no one calls you by no one calls you by your name. Yeah, nobody likes you, boo-hoo. What? You are often referred to as cleric. So my name is... Yes, speak it. I have no name. My name is not Ragan. You're not game your D&D expert, ask me anything. Got it. I have played a little bit of D&D. I've played a little bit of Rifts. I played a little bit of the Wheel of Time D&D version. But not for a very long time. Hey, Fearful Tube, welcome in. How are you doing? I lost you in the sea of purple names for a second. I do find it so funny, like the name color is different in OBS than it is actually on Twitch, and it seems to like to do the same color for everybody on different days. Sometimes it'll be all navy blue in the chat. You say nothing. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? What is this, an interrogation? Yeah, what is occupation in this context? Didn't you have a job? Something really important? Your class. Okay. Tell the voice about your class. What class am I? Upper class. Not sure any good answer is good here. Just go with whatever at the moment. And awful at everything. How dare you, Constitution? That's so mean. Honestly, since you don't know what you're dealing with here, I agree. It's probably smart to shut up. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. No, a tea shop! The Goblin Chieftain. She needs you. A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is to find the Goblin Chieftain, is that right? You know it to be true. No reply, no feedback. Oh, this is always a spicy question. What is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. So, this is a setup. It has to be. The National Party of Norvik, of course. It is the Asgalists. Yes, they're decent. Possibly. Yeah, no worries. Have a fantastic Saturday, Fearful Tube. Thank you for popping by. It is the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you, no one else. Free Striders, maybe? But again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move way too fast these days. No worries, no worries. I had a friend at one point that was talking to her, I think fiance at the time, and she was saying something about needing to put the like the Nintendo Switch on the dock, and it auto-corrected to I needed to put the Nintendo Switch like on your dick sort of thing. He's like, what the fuck? Elections are exhausting. That is true. I don't know any of these words. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Just say whatever you think will be the most useful to you. I mean, how am I supposed to know that? And I think you know exactly what that is. Yeah, I'm apolitical, at least in this setting. Perfection. No one can get mad at you and everyone will love you. In real life, when someone says they're apolitical, it's more of just like, oh, it's really nice that you're privileged enough that you don't have to worry about any of this, you know? You kind of can't take a back seat when it comes to people's lives, you know? The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Following your convictions. I felt like I'm a cleric, right? I fell into divinity. She took me whole. That sounds interesting. Raw Fury is publishing that suddenly makes more sense. I had to include, like, I suppose this would be like a triple I title sort of thing. I don't care. It looked too good. I don't make the distinction with that. I still consider this indie. This is about how my D&D campaign with my college friends started too. I get up. Day 1, March 22nd. Fresh start. Your body aches, it's stiff as if you slept for days. Ready for your glorious quest to continue? I'm definitely going to look around me. A circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Check my stuff. Oh, okay. I understand now. I've just been pressing like the A button to advance the text, but occasionally there will be, you see with the intelligence there, it's actually pointing at the upper button, the Y button. So I pressed it to see what happened there, and it actually did a roll. It did a check for it. Tolstad, success, a sprawling island fortress in one of the 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of the river Torna, home of Joris Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and Water Lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. What stuff? Got it. Your hands start dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic, sweat, no spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake, tears begin to form. Deep breaths, your belongings are surely here somewhere. Can I do this again and do the... No, okay. Move on. Oh yes, a quest! You're on a quest to save the city. Save the city. Yes, save it from the jaws of democracy. Oh no, democracy. Do I remember everything? Yes, everything is off, but your memory is intact. A tea shop? Your quest was given yesterday. Remember the tea shop? Yep, the tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. It might take days. Wait, how much time do I have? Until the election, duh. Which is in 5 days. The Patriarch was very clear. Handle the tea shop before election day. So what does it do if I press that? Interesting, okay. A Patriarch, a top clerical rank in Norvik, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a section of clerics each of the tower. You must honor this request and complete this quest. Time only advances when you make new choices in dialogue. Okay. So just a job? I've done this before. You gained experience for that? Okay. You haven't really. Oh, okay. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the tower. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. A quest? I like those. Do I? Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's also bullshit politics involved here. Politics are always bullshit. You'll love it. Yes, let's finish the job. Damn right. You'll do great. Now get going. All right, but first You feel dizzy. Oh, man. Wait from... The weight of the Earthguard uniform, a dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotting. That's not great. You must consume an apple now. An apple a day, right? There are many apples here, and corpses. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Hey, Holly, how's it going? Welcome in. It's going good. Checking out some Esoteric Ebb right now, which is very interesting, but also slightly overwhelming with how much is going on right at the beginning. I'm so very confused. That's usually the case. One step at a time. Okay, so we need an apple. Engage, behold, behold. Let's look at it first. A divine shrine covered in apples. Okay. The runes fill up your senses as you approach. The color is faded, the monument is hollowed, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. Are these rare? No, you'll find shrines like this all over Norvik. They throw everything at you and it's by design, yeah. Tea shop went boom, politics are bad, consume apple. That's, yeah. Okay. A sacred shrine left in this state? It's an insult to Earth and all of its people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. The city is lost, but it is not yet lost. Remove the... Can I have an apple, please? It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. Can I pray here? To what exactly? To Earth, of course. Yeah, Earth. I need to pray to Earth. You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element that's underappreciated. These old things are still around, huh? A remnant of blindness and decay. Okay, we'll move on. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. It's so weird. My husband's watching Parks and Rec in the other room, so as I kneel at the shrine, all of a sudden I hear that, like, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I'm like, wait, this shrine is a lot more peppy than I expected. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either out or in dialogues. Each cast expends one spell slot of the corresponding level. Wait, can't I heal here through divine assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Do you think they care? If you want healing, you have to do it yourself. With the power channeled through Earth? Yes. Come on, is it really channeled? This guy's dead. Faded. Gone. You're most likely simply handling some esoteric leftovers, smudged on the strings. We have a lot of wisdom, right? Can we pass this? It's challenging. Not now. Let's not fuck with that yet. We're supposed to eat an apple. Staring at the shrine and chiseled monument, you focus your mind. Earth, your god. You take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. We'll contemplate the tea shop. You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That's it. Okay, what about the election? The first election. Yeah, Parks and Recs and theology, exactly. You have +2 to wisdom. That means the game will roll a 20-sided dice and added 2 to your roll. Yeah, but I needed like a 13, right? Still, I mean, that wasn't bad, but whatever. The first election, your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always, okay. What other gods are there? Many, you know a few. Earth, father of Norvik. You've devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Ilum the Mender was an elven goddess, builder of an army, a cult, and a way of life in Ascani. A real lady, this Mender. You've heard the stories. Beautiful, terrifying. All the elf stereotypes rolled into one. They say a look from her could turn a man's heart until his dying breath. Though most men have a story like that, so it's probably more of a woman thing than an elf goddess thing. She would not respond even if you had something to tell her. She's mostly not around these parts as that crazy witch that broke in and charmed 100 warriors back in the day. I like her. It's a classic tale, but Earth had a nice chat with her and everything was fine. Earth and Ilum stayed away from each other's business, officially at least. She died a couple decades before Earth did. Nowadays, the elves are a bit more expansionistic. Tokig the Gambler. A trickster, the type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. He's often seen as a silly goblin myth. Praying to Tokig would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. Okay. I'm done here. Okay. Can I have an apple? A great mountain of apples. Shield of Faith, okay. Memorized Shield of Faith. I want apple, please. Pile of apples. You stare at a pile of apples. Walk away if you know what's good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? It's not really a question of could, it's a question of do you have time? You're not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. It would lead to death. Please don't. You're not the apple boy anymore. Ability checks roll a d20 with your modifiers to get a unique outcome. The DC is often impacted by your choices, big or small. I am not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's leave the pile. We don't have time to read everything, although I know that that is how I roll. Garden apple, okay. How I do, okay. Consume. Okay, I got at least one more hit point. We do have an, okay, that's how I exit that. You can also prepare spells. Do I have any spells to prepare? I don't seem to have much of anything. This isn't yours, is it? Doesn't mean I can't. It doesn't mean it's not mine now. A tattered cloak. Okay. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It is light blue and tattered. And it was once yours. See, it's mine again. An Earthguard cloak add-on. It's been ripped to shreds at the base, but you can still use it. Let's wring out some of the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It's still quite wet. It is heavy. Okay. Should I wear this? No? I mean, I am a rogue. Yeah. I'll think about it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside the extra dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. God, I love my pouch of holding. Yes, you're very lucky. These are like 1 million crowns on the market. Damn. You shush. Why are you sassing me so much? Anyway, there's like, these are like 1 million crowns on the market. This kind of magic item can go up for upwards of 10,000 crowns. Jesus. Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. It's property of the state, treated as such. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores. Okay. We're gonna talk to this so that way we can see prepare spells. Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines, which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. On the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Oh, is it those circles in the bottom left where it says first? You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations and dialogues, the spell tile at the bottom of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you finish preparing your spells. Cure wounds? This equips both of them, I think? This feels like they're equipped if I finish this. I'm remembering certain interactions in this demo and I'm so excited for you to stumble into them. I look forward to it. I gotta go get defrosting and prepping dinner with some family. Oh, I hope you have fun. And thank you so much for coming by. You have a great weekend too. Okay, we'll finish. Okay. Okay, what else can I fuck around with in here? You stare at a blue rag. It's draped over the outline of someone. Sir, you can't sleep down here. No response. Give it up, nothing to gain here. Sir, please don't ignore me. Silent treatment, huh? Funny. Stop this idiotic behavior. Never. If you wish to commune with the corpse in any meaningful way, I suggest speak with the dead. I'll actually check what's under the rag. Underneath you find the cold corpse of a human. Okay. Thinning blonde hair, unkempt facial hair. Mid-40s factory worker, Eskani blood. His complexion shows nearly no decay, most likely under the effect of a preserving spell. The guy looks fresh, like he could just sit up and talk to you. Difficulty class of a dice choice is determined by how challenging that role will be for you. If you select a dice choice... Ooh, yeah, no, we're smart. We're totally gonna examine him more. Fuck. God damn it. Harsh scars cover the skin. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Make sure to check the back as well. The moment you touch it, black veins appear over his skin. The feeling of impending doom comes over you. Your stomach drops. Oh, did we just die? We just fucking died. Wait, what did we... Do we need to do a thing, or is it doing it for us? Oof. Necrotic energies. Let go of the damn corpse! The moment you let go, the pain subsides. The dark marks on its skin disappear as quickly as they show up. What a horrific spell. This corpse is cursed by something wicked beyond your powers. Yeah, but I wasn't pressing any button for them. That's what I was like. I'm like, do I need to do a thing or is this doing it for me? LD, welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. They should at least have a sign up. Like, don't touch the dead. They're full of black magic. You slowly cover up the corpse once more. It's okay to loot him, right? Like, I know we can't touch him, but can we take his shit? What the hell kind of well, they just said that. Who was this guy? Just a man, a dead man? An honorable dead man? This is a morgue. A lich house, clearly. Okay, I should stop bothering the corpse now. Can I run? Whoops, I am... No, no, no. I'm pressing too many buttons. What's this? A vase of leaves. It smells lovely. Can I have some leaves? Ooh, got some incense. Is this something hidden or is it an exit? The air is cool in here, an esoteric effect. A very important piece of paper. I will take it. A voting card. We got stupider for picking up a voting card. Are you a problem? A guy. He looks indecisive. Okay. He's I did think he looked like a zombie. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression upon a dried face. What is your name, sir? He doesn't even turn to look at you. Why is this man not listening to me? This is a reanimated corpse. Sir, are you a member of the undead? He doesn't respond. Should I defeat this zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not allowed to be in Norvik. The guy's not harming anyone. Honestly, he's probably a more productive member of society than you. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? He doesn't even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. You're very rude. Did you know that? The zombie appears to rattle a bit. No, I just found another out-of-place apple. Okay. Thinking of voting for the Nationalists, they've got a good plan for the future of the city. The Free Strider Revolution will be good for the city, I think, don't you? We need to establish an Asgalist government. It's the only way for us average peasants not to fall back into the oppression of feudalism or worse, mediocrity. Everything surrounding this so-called democratic process is madness. Everyone should just vote for me. Then I can be their god wizard king. That way I can solve all their problems through magical dictatorship. Oh my god. I'm just gonna pick one and see what he says. The zombie just keeps moving apples. Okay. Can I just exit this conversation? I don't want to talk about this anymore. With permanent suffrage, the people will be able to steer us in a fortunate direction. I mean, that's the idea, right? If I see plank ball does not respond or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. We're just gonna leave. Can we scooch by him? No, we cannot scooch by him. Okay. There was a different apple here. This one looks good. Ah. We're gonna eat that. There, get another hit point back. Voting card. Okay. Can be used to recover first level spell slots. Please don't put it on. I mean, I have a lot of charisma. Whatever. Close out of that. I would like to be able to run. Viskin's Lair, Upper Tolstad. Good morning, cleric. Morning. Mushrooms, probably edible. Just gonna steal shit. Empty pot. Looking inside, you find this pot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. This pot was recently emptied. You can still see remnants of dust at the bottom. There is fear. You must grow sturdier. You hedonistic fool. Pray the stomach dies and lets the mind work without its poisonous influence. Interesting. Nothing of interest back here. Hey. Viskin, local mortician. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out one line after another. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. A great perch. These are official documents of the city. What's a great perch? A drake-like sea creature found along the river Torna. Earth was known to tame these great creatures, and eventually the Great Perch became the symbol of this great city. Okay. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Viskin, local interpreter, or a local entrepreneur and proprietor of this Lich House. It appears you don't really belong here. But if there's anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. His smile causes you to stir a deep feeling of unease. It's almost as if it's almost there, but just not quite. I woke up below. Yes, I know. Maybe you should ask why instead of stating the obvious. Yeah, why? He puts down his pen. I'm afraid to say you've been through quite a turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They'd caught you in their net. They took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them, you weren't exactly in prime condition. You quite literally live in this filthy uniform. No wonder they thought you were dead. How did I end up in a river? Not a river, the river. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad? There are 7 bridges connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking story. The I woke up in a Lich House tale. You don't have a lot of those, so that's good. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation for all of this. Perhaps you would know, cleric. Who were these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so that would be my guess. Where can I find them? He ponders the question. I didn't ask for their names, I'm sorry to say. But perhaps Waterlane? That's just a guess. What's Waterlane? The largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad. It is a so-called marvel of the dwarven engineering, and it's the reason many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges. Considered to be one of the greatest crafted wonders of the world. Good guess. Lots of boaters hang out there. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So I am in fact alive? The pale man stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes. I believe you are. Okay. I have some other questions, I think. Do you now? Oh, that is impossible roll. I acquire assistance with some things. Of course, cleric, anything for the city. I don't know where to go. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there is a certain rumor that a local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. What rumor? It's common murmuring. Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She's down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She leads one of the 3 goblin tribes exonerated by Earth after the conquest. Now, you don't want to fuck with that one. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. The goblins live in a garden? Well, not quite. You'll see when you get there. And when you do, make sure you pay your respects. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? Dexterity, you shush. She's probably fantastic. You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says and keeps scribbling on his paper in front of you. He does not value your time. So what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. If he knows more than you, then he could be useful to listen. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Until then, you're free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, here. Charm Person. A copy of Charm Person will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, despite its first level. It's a great shortcut to charming people, though you gotta be careful with the fallout, if you care about such things. Can you teach me the very basics of spellcasting? Oh? I mean, of course. Embarrassing. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more shrines? There's the Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs past the pillar. You've heard Tolstad Temple will act as a polling place for the district on election day. There's also the one on Waterlane View, I believe, past the trade post. You'll find more hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could always spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives, or the Great Library in the tower, since you obviously would have access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options. So I would suggest the other route. What's that? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh. I didn't steal it. What are you talking about? You're very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. This guy's trying to help you? You must have a vested interest in your job then, somehow. Now, Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange caches. You'd probably encounter more just by looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. We'll see about that. He nods to you and goes back to writing. Yeah, that's all I have to say about spell casting. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Treating a servant like that is despicable. It sounds like good practice. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. You called me cleric. I did, yes. Because you are a cleric. Don't make an ass out of yourself. Too late for that. I am the cleric. Good for you. An example of the sarcasm thing mentioned before. Your purpose is here. You serve the city as a cleric at the river. So I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run into a congregation for a local religion or deity. Holy man on a holy mission. There are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You're not some stiff councilman. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. You are correct. I am an arcane cleric. I figured as much when I saw your spell book. Or do you call it a prayer book? Either way, you clearly played your strings as much as you channeled this divinity. The Pale Man knows a lot of your training. Interesting. That's all the help I need, thanks. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No, an undead abomination right below. That's not an appropriate response. Apologies, cleric. We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. I kept moving the apples down there. Oh, the apples? Fascinating behavior. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. Great to have that cleared up. I have some other questions. I'm gonna go now. Before you do, make sure to collect your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card? A peculiar voting card. Every party has been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Sorry, I'm indecisive. The Pale Man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says, and points across the chamber. He then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. That is an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. I'm sure it'll prove useful to you. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of the River Torna. Good, you don't need arms in the city, you need heart. Oh, shut up. Good blade can make anyone speak. Got it. Okay. The Pale Man turns his face towards you and smiles. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. Yay, we can run! To do so, either double click or hold shift / the left trigger. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the pocket watch. Okay. These are our spell sheets that were left out to dry. An open manual for esoteric geometry. You already know this. Okay. No, too much reading. Never too much reading. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist, histories, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you bookishly. We're gonna read the folk tales. Opening up the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. These stories shape reality, for the mind does not distinguish a tale from real-life lesson. They are the same. Out of the tales, you see one that you remember the most, the one about the gnome and the titan. This story always spoke to you, mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read A Little and the Large. In the old days when the dragon ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest places, and so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Asken. This valley was home to Ka-Ymor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Isath, the ancient red dragon, had set the forests aflame, hoping to drive Ka-Ymor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. We gained 5 experience. Ka-Ymor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. As his eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. We're gonna stop reading the book. We don't have time to do a billion things like this. We're gonna leave the books alone. Taking all this incense, I have no idea if it's going to be useful for anything. You flip the ancient tome open. There are fine handwritten letters scattered across the page. You can read these symbols. They're in Old Draconian Demorian. De Verbis Draconium Ars Occulta. The author's name appears to be Calum de Minori. Can I try to read it? No. You have no idea what this means. Alright, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you can buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. Okay. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Wait, is that what? Oh, our prayer book, okay. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched in salt water. It's absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some kind or type of undecipherable symbols. Diminar, the arcane era name for reeds, often referred to as Old Diminar. Okay. Ascani writing of the most basic kind. Wait, no. Someone has attempted to drive these to the best of their ability. No, no, no! My Earth. This is your prayer book, so many hours wasted. You'd have to rebind the whole thing, it's ruined. That'll cost a fortune. A chant book is able to sustain humidity, not underwater excursions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace. Nothing here. Your fate one day. Let's not fuck around with the corpse again. cannot consume these sludgy liquids. Don't tell me what to do. Oops. The red eye of Earth. Jor left his mark across the bands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. Okay. So he was talking about, like, reading spell scrolls and stuff. I said to the west, right? I assumed that would be over here, but I didn't really see any spell scrolls. Human cause no trouble. Don't tell me what to do. Post Chief of Security. Okay, we cannot read any of that. Got it. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold and flinching yellow eyes. Master C, behave. You don't tell me what to do. I did just now. Fair enough. Yes. You're adorable. He glares at you. A battle of will. Do not give in. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. He doesn't move. Glare some more. Yep, you're staring at each other. You're doing it. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare, glare. Lead into the kobold's stern face. You should probably stop this. We gained experience. Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. Fair. Okay. I have some questions for you. Short question, go. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. Try to convince the kobold. We do have high charisma. How do we do this? Appeal to his better nature? I don't fucking know. I mean, charisma doesn't know how to do this either. It's pretty high DC. No, let's not fuck around with this. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? Tea shop blow up. Boom. Big boom? Big boom. When it happened, I was on Water Lane on mission. What were you doing on Water Lane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. Okay. You deliver milk? Side hustle. Oh, that's valid. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know a lot less. Okay. Ask questions about the milk. Seduce the kobold, then take away the crossbow. Easy. The milk situation is intense. Who buys the milk? Humans, Water Lane humans. They pay money for fresh milk before dawn. It pays. Where does the milk come from? Cows? Okay. Just cows? Okay. Can I have some milk? No. Okay. Valiant effort. Okay. We gained some experience for that. Okay, we're gonna move on. So, can we get more info about spells? Okay, we have Charm Person. We should probably go down and equip that, right? Because we have a third slot. There we go. No. Wrong button. So I guess we leave. We go up the stair. Oh, there's a chest. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Can we... Oh, we can take them. Nice. Hello, citizens. Men at work beneath the Asgul's green banner. Something is inside the old base. More incense, okay. The orc observes you with great interest. Well, hello. Agent Vera. Oh, shit. Okay, we succeeded? Ah, we got more info. Okay, her belief is weak. She doesn't use it. Her religion isn't her power. Oh, wait, I already did that. I don't think we should try to rob her. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something. Or someone. Excluding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Well, hello, Agent Vera. How are you doing today? Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve. A heart with the initials of the Norvikian Priest Rider Regiment. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. Sorry, just finishing off my tea. A lot of talking with this woman. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Yes, the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is. Casual orc, yeah. I'm the cleric, actually. Apologies, not Earthguard. Cleric. I assume the terms were interchangeable. You lean a little further into being a cleric. Gain 10 experience for choosing this class 2 times. I mean, I can do other stuff? Okay. But I suppose you're not all, she says, waving her towards your outfit, esoterically attuned. Not all Earthguard are spellcasters. Not all clerics are Earthguard, but clerics are spellcasters. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. It probably means that she sees you as no threat at all, a mere puppy. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. What's the deal with dwarves? I'm here on important business. Business, you say? Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric? For your business? Tell me what you know about the tea shop. The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. It sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap, I believe, was the official quote. So you weren't in the area? No, I was on the North Wall. Company business. A sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. I did see the smoke. It was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, cleric? I don't know, man. I was dead like half an hour ago. Don't give away too much. She's prying. If the magistrate says it was an accident, I believe it was an accident. Good soldier, she says, and gives you a fist salute. Hold on. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? Don't answer that. She has no control over you. She's a free strider, so why run? Stand against her. She has no right. No. But actually, she says, holding out her hands. Beware, this woman knows how to manipulate people. Maybe. Is that maybe a yes? Nice weather we're having. Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thanks. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? I'm here to do business. With the tea shop. The one that blew up. Running would be silly, but at this point, we can try to... Our dex is fucking awful, too. I'm here to investigate the tea shop. Interesting. I'll be honest, I assumed the city would just ignore it. But they sent you. Perhaps it was a secret? Should we have stoically avoided the question better? I mean, I chose every fucking option I could to avoid it. It's fine. She would find it eventually. You need a natural 20 to sneak away. Yeah, I'm not feeling natural 20 right now either. Okay, why would the... it's sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks this is an esoteric mess, so they sent a cleric to look into it. Sorry, give me 1 second. Ah, okay. No, I had a text message, and usually that's a bit more important, but my landlord was just asking us to move the car. Okay. Which explains why I heard my husband go outside earlier. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? What exactly have you heard? Esoteric. I keep hearing that word. What exactly does that mean? It means her eyes wander for a while and her brow furrows. It's a term to describe whenever anything queer happens, whether the cause would be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. I'm sure you've noticed something you couldn't explain rationally. Then that would be esoteric. I assumed you of all people would know what it is, considering... Why would the city avoid sending a representative? Duh, because the election, of course. Look, Tolstad is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe the tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it? Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. Sound reasoning. While some might see it as a corruption, I'd classify it as more simple, boring, but ultimately harmless bureaucracy. Oops, I picked a thing without... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize it was a dialogue option there. What exactly have you heard? It blew up. Fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Most likely a rogue spellcaster. Well, I'm here now. You sure are, and good luck, cleric. If there's anything the Ascani Reed's trading company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down in our HQ on Water Lane. Now who's pressing the wrong buttons? And I pressed the right button, it was just on the wrong option. She smiled in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. This woman knows well how to manipulate weaker men. I like her already. I am no man! Yeah. Tell me, where's the goblin chieftain? Lady Sageleaf? Just head down these stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts. Is she busy? I sure hope so. It took us months to get into a room with her to discuss some renovations in the halls. She's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Tolstad my ass. She catches herself from releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? No, I'm done discussing business. You want to move on to the more casual topics then? Politics, perhaps? No. What's the deal with dwarves? Well, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly, and they wouldn't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Thanks. Explain it to me in detail from the top. It's all just an inconvenience. Circle, square, conflict. Ah, the squared circle. There's going to be a wrestling thing here. These lovely Asgalis have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering or a PPG. In PPG, it needs to be approved by the district council. They do not have a proper PPG. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I'm here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they'll be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant to it or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. So no, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by who? She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here in Tolstad is more of an I don't know how to say that. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that. I'm way too tired to try to figure out how to pronounce that. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins? The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcement. But the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. Oh, god damn it. I would love to... Again, I selected a thing not realizing that there was dialogue options. Oh, the city's justice, to be sure. Okay, let's move on. Trouble would be at least exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early. Or rather, head back to the office and complete the work size. A draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. She's hamming it up to get sympathy. She's truly an amazing actress. I do not want to help you in any way, shape, or form because I am busy. Oh god, if I could only answer to emails like that. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. Okay. We're gonna move on. I don't want to spend the entire rest of this talking to her. What's in the barrel? Former ale barrel. Oh, there was some money inside of it. A drunken sphinx. Pretty little garden up here. Oh, hello. First of all, what's this? An entity, highly uninteresting. No, it's an apple. We're taking it. Vaso-suppressive landlord. We can try to behold him. No. Oh, well, I mean, we learned a little bit. Not much of anything. A large merman sits by the sea. Cleric, he says without acknowledging you further. His voice is deep and bubbling. What are you doing? He opens his mouth and takes a deep breath. Fishing. He does not take his dark blue eyes off the city horizon. Why are you disturbing me? I just need information. Information is expensive, cleric. As is anything in Norvik. A merman looks at you with a pair of deep eyes. Vasilos is my call. You stand in my garden. Your call? My name, he enunciates slowly. This is all yours? Yes. I don't appreciate the city visiting my property without a heads up. This really seems like a public walkway to me. It's not. But while you're just standing there, keep an eye on the second pole. You want me to fish with you? Yes. Be useful. It says, come on, cleric. Maybe. He nods to the second pole. Keep your eyes peeled at the tip. They come in waves. When it happens, it's quick. So we just wait here? Fishing is about patience, cleric. You need to breathe, and he takes a real long breath. And watch. Professional, eh? You work for the River Guilders? He raises a thick eyebrow in your direction. No. So what do you do then? Operate facilities, apartment complexes mostly. He appears uncomfortable. Hold on. Hold on. Our constitution's shit. He takes a deep and heavy breath. Oh, we already did that. A merman landlord? You are not the first to comment on it. It's pretty funny, I have to admit. The merman clenches his jaw, his facial muscles twitching. It seems like he doesn't see the humor in this. He grumbles through his teeth. Very funny. He reaches forward and grabs the second pole, grabbing it from you while continuing to fish on his own. With a stern nod, he sends you on his way. Yeah, he didn't appreciate that. What do you know about the tea shop? It burned up. Yeah, I know that part. Merman stays silent for a minute, and then he mutters to you. You need to find out what happened. If it is an esoteric error with a fireplace. If it happened to more units in the area, I could be affected. I'll personally hold Magistrate Darrow responsible if it does. I don't think the Magistrate gives a shit. I do not either, hence the threat. Do your job. I've spoken with Miska on the topic. We both agree. You must figure out what happened, Cleric. Make sure it doesn't happen again. In his defense, I've heard memes about my name so much in school. Yeah, it is definitely one of those things where, like, you know, like the cashier who at the grocery store, when something doesn't ring up properly and then someone's like, oh, I guess it's free then, huh? Yeah. Like, you know, they've heard that joke a billion times. We'll see. It's pretty complicated. He grunts. What are you voting in the election? I'm voting for the Free Striders. Oh, why? Merman says nothing for a while. They offer good incentive. An Asgul rent freeze would be difficult for me. The Nationalists have not been helpful in the past. I vote yellow for now. That's great for you. Now me, I don't actually vote at all. I'm an apolitical person. That means you don't have to dislike me. He grumbles. Oh, I've become apolitical. Oh shit. Okay, I didn't really necessarily mean to do that. Do you have quest for me? No. Nothing at all? I do not have anything like that, no. Not a secret temple that needs exploring, like a merman dungeon. So nothing, huh? Nothing. Okay. He's patient, very much so. Except, yes, my tenants have reported the strange light around Pillar Road. With the tea shop, I do not want to take any chances. Take a look for me. A strange light? Merman grumbles something. If it has anything to do with the tea shop, or if it has ghosts, or if it's an esoteric event. It was reported to be spotted in the late hours, sometime after midnight, on the road down the field and Pillar Road. I have no resources to pay, but if you wish to do your duty, make sure my tenants are not disturbed by such nonsense again. I'll think about it. Merman grumbles. Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you, Saribot. Okay, there's a little kiosk there. Some people hanging around. Oh, something just disappeared. What the fuck was that? Okay, I think that the Goblin Queen is down here. Is that something? Oh, something I can interact with. Goblin wall art. A green face is splattered across the facade, staring wildly towards a flaming sky and the dragon spread across it. Or something like that. You call this art? What does it mean? It represents a devotion, albeit an asinine way. Fire is the soul, a boundary between the real and the heartful. What does this tell me about the state of Norvik? Nothing really. The goblins are artists? All folk seek a belief. They've simply made one out of the supposed dragon lady. Coherent thought from the red one? Impressive. They should worship Earth instead. There we go, back to insanity. You take a step forward. The painted stone surface is smooth. This is no cheap dwarven rock. This is Gate-era architecture disguised amongst the rest. You feel an esoteric urge to communicate with this object. We have shit constitution, though. Fuck. We're gonna leave it for now. I don't wanna fuck it up. It's the demo. Fuck it. We're just gonna do... We have, like, so little time to check things out. Nope. Your focus falters. There's nothing to answer you. But something is there beyond the silent hard stone. Try again tomorrow, perhaps. Okay. Oh, there's a kitty. Hi, Mama. Hello? Braxo Pencil Wing. Hell yeah. He's a devil, level 2 scribe, lawful evil, surprisingly content, hard worker, has nested interest in current regime. Devils used to be allowed to work for the city only on work visas, so he could have served for several decades. Somehow you know that this devil would gladly organize a mass genocide against non-humans in the city. He's no ordinary imp. His stature and position implies a former rank. A greater devil? What kind of game is he playing? Interesting. Oh, that's the wrong button. You raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. Why does he kind of look like Dean Pelton from Community? He's just a little guy with wings, reading his little newspaper. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed. Staring at a piece of paper, he doesn't acknowledge your presence. Oh, I feel like saying, hey little guy, why aren't you on my shoulder is gonna end really poorly. We're doing it. He slowly puts down the paper. The paper is actually torn out of a page from a magazine. Funny. I've never heard that before. You're so original. Wait, he says, leaning in for a good look at you. Earthguard. A cleric? Divine mission, the usual. Very well, I won't get in your way. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and free striders run amok. Oh no, the devil's kiss ass. We need some damn order in this place. Wise words. So if you need any legal advice, just let me know. He gives you a tiny, sharp smirk. You should be aware that the fact that this is literally a devil. A good little devil. You can hear any advice, just don't listen to it blindly. Should I invest in stocks? Yeah. What about Charm Person? Charm Person. Such a fascinating spell. Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norvik. It's the same in all not completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that are just not allowed at all, like Fireball is a popular example. Oh no, Archfey, what are you going to do without Fireball? But Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal. If it is cast by a registered cleric or a city-hired interrogating mage. Private entities are not allowed to learn or cast it, although I can promise you many still do. Good to know. Are you a barrister? A tiny barrister? I have no legal position within the city. I'm just fairly knowledgeable with the magistrate's code. So he works with city law. Ask him for details. He throws his little arms in the air. It's over? By the gods! So dramatic. I love the little guy. Hello, I'm in a terrible mood and you might be aware why. Nope. Pokemon? I'm not sure if there's some news in the world right now or something. I wouldn't have seen anything since about like 11 p.m. last night. With a morning stream, I don't check the news before getting on stream. What does the law have to say on resurrections? It's up to you. If it's something that like you want to keep private or is just a little too heavy or something like that, you're welcome to shoot me a message on Discord and we can chat about it afterwards. That's one hell of a question. Mainly because I'm not going to be editing these videos very heavily. So if you don't want it up on YouTube, I wouldn't suggest putting it in here today. That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while. The imp enjoying his pun before moving on. What a sociopath. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal, they're just not available anymore. There are a handful of known divine resurrection spells. Since the death of Earth, there have been no documented instances of successful resurrections above the 3rd level. We're just gonna keep moving on. We only have about 20 minutes left with this game, so I don't want to get too locked into some of these discussions. You heard about the tea shop? Yeah, of course. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Tolstad. What's your take? It blew up. Not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, I haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War, and you didn't hear this from me, but This little fellow trusts you. He is your friend. He's a literal devil. The scorch marks look like those from a fireball, but not the kind you get from a trigger-happy pit fiend. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Oh, 42nd, I am so sorry to hear that. I remember hearing something about Iran in the news, like recently, but yeah. No, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're okay, though. Yeah. That is unfortunate. I'm glad both you and I'm assuming HQ is also okay as well. Yeah. I just wish that everybody, all governments would learn to keep their damn hands to themselves. Stop doing shit. Stop doing too much. And instead focus on making life better for the people in your country, you know? Every country. Just hands to yourself. Let's all just try to make life more livable. Pit fiends are known to cast 3rd level fireballs at will. Be careful, cleric. Powerful forces are at worst here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off the hinge. There's corruption in every system, even in the great city of Norvik. Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but it would be a fiend or an elemental. I mean, Waterlane has shipments from Kargamesh in every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slips through? Who knows? No. Yeah. I hope, if you're still in the shelter, I hope that you guys can leave soon. I'm astonished I have service here. We're gonna be switching to, I know this is a very intensive game, too, for being a lot of dialogue and stuff like that. In about 15 minutes, we're going to switch to a puzzle game called Nippets that's very cute. That might be, you know, a little bit more of the vibe that would be a little bit more cheery. It's like a people watching kind of Where's Waldo sort of game. So I think that that will be nice too. Can't be a cover-up. The city is honorable, you're right. You're talking to the author of many a city deal. Trust me, honor is a rare trait amongst bureaucrats. But I'd suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what other what feathers were ruffled, eh? It gives you an ominous chuckle. Okay, we're gonna... Actually, I have some questions about a PPG. Permission of public gathering. Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. No worries. Or, like, friends and real life and stuff like that definitely are a thing that... Stream isn't always gonna be super happy, perfect, fun time, you know? All we can do is try to give a nice space to relax in, you know? It's sometimes people will need a little bit extra support, and that's fine. I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. He's aware of the dwarf's plight. Can I have a PPG? Not from me, asked Darrow. Nicholas Darrow, chosen magistrate of Tolstad, a man known for little else other than being the great-grandson of Borgo Darrow, the legendary right-hand man of Earth. Okay. Or maybe you don't, unless you got some really important message to deliver to people. Okay. Also, it's not 100% your responsibility to hear me out. I know, but it's always nice, unless somebody... Okay, don't get me wrong. I am not a super cheery, happy person. I am known for quite often being that bitch, you know? It's all about supporting people who deserve it and not being terrible to people who don't deserve, you know? It's like, I'm not gonna be wonderful to someone who's being an asshole, but in general, I feel like if I can make somebody's day a little bit nicer than it was before we were talking, then that's a good thing. How long does it take to get a PPG? About a week, depending on your contacts and your pouch. Okay. It's all about the PPG. I'm getting hungry. Me too. We should get a snack soon. He stares off in the distance. Oh, you were saying? Citizen. It's a weird tree. Nature seeps through the cracks. Okay. Goblin Garden is ahead. You feel it. Well, that's where we want to go. Hello. We have shit dexterity. We're probably not going to get much out of this. This goblin gets shit done, no matter the odds. Okay. You find a goblin standing at the tip of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascani nobleman, a superficial fellow. Let me guess. You're the cleric. Taking you for granted, this goblin needs to learn humility. Yes, I am the cleric. That's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. That's often how I feel, too. The path of being a cleric is becoming even more familiar. Gained 15 XP for choosing this class 3 times. I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. The old lady's been waiting for you. This old lady must be his chieftain, the matriarch of his tribe. Greet the goblin kindly. This is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation and exchange. Yeah, what's the HWBT? This is the second time that's come up. The Halfway Bridge Tribe, okay. Squatting down and being like, hello, goblin, feels kind of patronizing. Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. You raise your arms up into the air as one should when greeting a uncivilized tribal goblin. That doesn't feel nice. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, that's not what... That was not my intention. Cleric, what are you doing? Don't you understand? I'm respecting your culture. Yeah, I'm sorry. Clears his throat and he looks around, clearly struggling to find the right words. Exasperated, more like. Okay, right. Head down to the garden throne, but, he waves his claw towards you. What's all this? You look like a human shit. You've been floating around the banks of the river. Your uniform shows it. Yeah, that dialogue was a trap. He's insulting you. The gall. The unmitigated gall. You should teach him a lesson. I fell into a river. He gives a shocked laugh. Wait, really? It's fine. Somebody fished me up. Huh. Lucky you, I suppose. Love wandering around as John Theodore Cleric, throwing out racial profiling. Oh, yeah, it's a little uncomfortable. Just dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Tell me more about this lady. Sure. For starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik, and considering that there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you do your damn job, cleric. Okay, leave me. Is she spooky? Yeah, real scary. Insult her and she'll bite your head off. Then she'll scorch your corpse to dust. A jest, I'm sure. I don't necessarily think that is a jest. He laughs and crosses his arms. But seriously, she will fuck you up if you annoy her. Oh fuck, I accidentally pressed the dialogue again. Good, but just make just make it perfectly clear, some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid, don't climb the trees, stay away from the edges, and he grins, showing off his polished fangs. Enjoy the garden, cleric. Goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. Tell her what she wants to hear and you'll be fine. You look out over the river. The cold Ascani wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed. He is always with you. Oh, I accidentally rolled on my blanket. Here we go. Scooch, scooch, scooch. What's this? What's this? These railings follow the Safety Council standards of 22. Okay. There. You may equip one spellbook, although since you're in... Okay, it's gone. Goblin Garden, Lower Tolstad. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff there. Why is all of this stuff, like, popping in and out? Anyways, I should go find her and talk to her. We only have like 10 minutes left. I shouldn't just be picking up random shit. Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. The dragon herself. He's waiting. Oh. I'm talking to the wrong person there. Her. This is the one I want to talk to. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Not bad, not bad. Goblin Forest, level 18 Chieftain. Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you'll be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil? Good? Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? Interesting. Okay. I know this guy, this guy knows that our PC is the Monarch of Tactia. Being direct in my D&D style of game. I have to do it. We got 10 minutes. 8 minutes left. She has ability scores of above 20. Do not anger her. I mean, that wasn't my intention anyway. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree. Its roots reaching up far below, its branches holding up the dirt and ceiling above. On the throne sits a tiny goblin. Her smirk is bright as it is threatening. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent. Cleric of Nordic, of earth and river. Her shrill voice echoes through the chamber. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. I know! Yeah, great observation. I was assured by our masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted in disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human, you should run. Wait, no, you can't, but you should. Dominion, she has control here. Why am I sitting here, waiting? Tread lightly, you need her on your side. Make sure she knows that you're on hers. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now, don't worry. I feel like my apologies might be better. But we're still gonna do it. Her frown quickly turns into a grin, since we're on the same page then. Her expression is appeased, for now. Hers is a frightful presence. You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stature. You can't take it much longer. You need to get out of here. Okay, so we need to do a constitution check not to become frightened. Our constitution is shit. Oh, okay. You brace your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling innards, you resist. You stand. Good. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It's vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? The local business caught up in an inferno. In the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. The way she says that causes you to tremble. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits the name like it's a curse word, he alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of the law on Lower Tolstad. The definition of that has always been vague. Some see it as anything below ground, some as below water level. Why does Darrow say that? Because he's a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. That is a great insult. Sick burn. Yeah, I'm with you, Charisma. Horrific slander. Magistrate speaks for the city. She claps her hands together. See, this is what I've been dealing with. Blind faith in a failing system. She lets out a frustrated groan. It feels like the roar of a lion. And where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you. It is, or was, rented out of a corner on the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to her right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady. I'd like to roll sleight of hand to steal that insult. My people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises. To deal with it. To clean it up even. No, suddenly it's the city's business and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption. Plain and simple. That's one hell of an accusation. Her sharp glare stabs at you. Oh, you haven't heard the half of it. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell, she says, and beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone to actually investigate the scene. How can you know that? What? Shit, something broke. You talk if he does so what? Say fast. What? Just ignore it and move on. Oh, so it said the wrong... I said, how can know that instead of how can you know that? I accidentally said the right thing. Sorry, I misspoke. I meant to say, how can you know that? He glances towards his lady. We've kept an eye on it. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. It's a sort of prefix used by Earth folk. A human, most likely. Huh, that isn't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of the Dungeoneers, you hear? A real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading down the stairs to the water lane. Dungeon or water lane? Both sound like trouble. Fancy yellow outfit? I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. You can tell on his voice that he's leaving out a but who fucking knows at the end. Why was he there? We don't know. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Okay. A Dungeoneer? If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. It could be smart to check on the city below just in case, despite the dangers. Down to the water lane? Yeah, it seems like he was heading in that direction, though down could mean a number of things, water lane included. Was he inside at the time? Yeah, accidentally saying the right thing is the best way to say the right thing, yeah. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, considering the state of the building. Where is he now? We don't know. They've not located the man despite major efforts. You just let him leave? I wasn't there, cleric, but yes. The militia did let him leave, since they were busy dealing with the fire. Although one of the militia members mentioned him calmly just walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing, or somewhere else, we don't know. Anything else you know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering you. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Secrets in the ashes. So dramatic. I love her. Corruption. Madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. The rambling of fools. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster. Someone who cannot go unpunished. A spell would indeed be the only logical answer for such destruction. Can't he deal with it? The goblin bears his fangs at you. The presence of his lady causes him to say nothing. He has a deep devotion to her. The lady clears her throat. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge tribe and the Earthguard city cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, fair or foul, shall escape my rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. The dragon has spoken. Nod solemnly. She grins. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. You do understand that she's saying you're going to be my partner, right? A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. Do not disappoint me, Snell. It appears you've received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damn goblin. I mean, I'm fine. That's rude. A new member to the party. He ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. At your service, Lady Sageleaf. She grins. Yes, you are. Snell takes a step forward. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. Snell has joined as companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstad. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. Let's go. Okay, so it is 11 o'clock, which means it is time to switch games. So we will save. There we go. And we'll quit to menu. Thank you for playing. Now remember to keep your save file. While this demo only contains the first day, you can load your latest save on release and keep on playing. That's nice. Continue your adventure on March 3rd. So the game's going to be out very, very soon. So, fuck, I just realized it for... I don't have... I forgot to turn on the auto poster. God damn it. Let me put on my timer. There we go. Can't believe that has not been going. If you have enjoyed this game and you are interested in wishlisting or playing the demo for yourself, there is the link for it in chat. I feel terrible that it hasn't been posting through this entire time. But yes, there it is.